Hi Virgo, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your November 2025 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, swords over him from us at the Celtic Cross spread as always, and also pulled the four agreements and wisdom of the oracle card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. All right, we have Scorpio. So certainly makes sense to see this come up as far as we're just about to enter Scorpio season. So we'll have the sun there for pretty much the next month. We'll have a new moon in Scorpio on the 20th of November. Currently we have Mars there. It's going to move into Sagittarius early in November though. We're also going to have a Mercury retrograde that's going to start in Sagittarius, but it will backtrack into Scorpio. So definitely plenty of Scorpio energy to go around during the month of November. And for you guys, Scorpio is your third house of communications, short journeys, and siblings. All right, we have the North Node. The North Node is actually in Pisces, which is your seventh house of partnerships, relationships, and contracts. So you could definitely go through some significant shifts in that area of life. And two. So second house energy for you guys is Libra. We still have Venus there. It's going to be there until the 6th of November. I think that's it for the Libra energy. Well, technically, at the time recording this, too, we're just about to have that new moon in Libra. And yeah, it's more or less it. But yeah, second house energy for you guys. Well, just in general, second house points to possession, self worth, and finances. So we'll keep all that in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Two of Cups, Cancerian energy, and challenging that, we have Judgment, Scorpio energy. So, looks like you could have a meeting of the minds with someone this month. Now, for some of you, it could legitimately be someone brand new altogether, but given that this is coming up in a challenged position, it could be a reconnection from a past situation, and that certainly could be possible as far as we will have the Mercury retrograde that we just spoke about. And also Cancerian energy too. We're going to have Jupiter start a retrograde as well in Cancer, so that would be a situation coming back around from the past. But I really see that this could be playing out a few different ways. So for some of you, this could be someone brand new that you have an instant connection with, right? You might even feel like you knew them from a past life. For others of you, this could just be saying that simultaneously, while connecting with someone brand new, the past might come back around. For others of you, this could just be saying as well that maybe there's a reconnection with the past, but if that's the case, if we look at the horn blowing toward the feminine energy there, it might have to be whoever was the feminine dynamic within the situation would need to initiate it. So maybe that's why that's coming up as a challenge there. So yeah, when we say feminine, if it's two women, then whoever was more in the receptive role in the past would be called on to step forward this time around. Just a generic example of how that could be playing out. So yeah, a few different ways that could be going. And of course, people love to think of romantic connections first when they see the Two of Cups. But for you guys, keep in mind, Cancerian energy is 11th house too. So it could even be just a friendship that you're reconnecting with. In the foundation position, we have the Eight of Wands. So Sagittarius energy here. So for some of you, this could just be saying that things might pick up for you significantly once we get toward the end of November. But beyond that, I feel like this is just saying you might have a lot of things going on, maybe even within your home environment as well, given that that's what that represents for you guys. But either way, looks like a cohesive series of things, so it doesn't look like things working against each other. It looks like things that you could get moving in the same direction and feel a nice natural flow with it to where it might not seem overwhelming, even if there is a lot going on. In the past position, we had the moon. So yeah, could just be saying maybe you were feeling a bit of a lack of clarity around the situation recently. The most recent lunar cycle we had was the full moon in Aries, which I also see Aries energy there. So maybe that was a significant event for you guys. Or, like I said, we're just about to have that new moon in Libra as well. And given that this is a November reading, that could technically be in a past position in that regard too. So yeah, be on the lookout for that lunar cycle as well. And given that they're the opposites, right, could just be saying that you might even see the same situation from two different perspectives between those two cycles. So be on the lookout for that. In the present position, we have the Emperor. So this gives me a feeling that you're feeling pretty in control around the situation. So again, like I said, if someone's coming toward you or you're going to be the one going toward them, whatever the case may be, looks like you're feeling a lot of control around the situation, right? I feel like this is saying that, you're not going to make any rash decisions, um, and that you're going to feel confident around whatever decisions you do make as well. Speaking of decisions being made in the near future position, we have the Fool. So yeah, looks like ultimately you will decide to take a risk. So whether that be, again, like I said, if you're the one coming toward another to get things back on track, looks like you'd be doing that. Or if you're just thinking whether to accept an offer from another, looks like you would do that as well. But yeah, looks like you're definitely feeling like you do want to jump into the situation and give it a shot. All right, so your influence in the situation, we have the Four of Wands. So yeah, looks like you're just approaching things with the desire for growth, expansion, luck, right? So looks like you're definitely approaching things with the right perspective. In the environment position, we have the Eight of Cups. So this is Pisces energy here, which is your opposite sign, and we were talking about that with the North Node coming up with the dice. So yeah, for some of you, it could be as simple as this is just a shift in perspective for you guys. So if this is representing your energy, it could just be saying, for example, if we think of the Piscean energy, well, all the cups there, right? This is going from taking a more passive role toward things, right? And maybe being unhappy with your circumstances to shifting to a more action oriented approach to things, being more proactive to actually change the circumstances that you don't like, which would seem to align with that Emperor and Fool energy that we see there. But if this is someone else you're dealing with, could just be saying that, especially if this is someone from your past, maybe they walked away from something that they're no longer satisfied with, and that could be part of how you end up reconnecting there. Right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Page of Swords. So yeah, so at least for some of you, this seems like it makes it a little bit more likely that you might be the ones who wants to do the reaching out around the situation, and maybe there's a little bit of shyness around doing so. But given what I'm seeing with these cards in particular, it looks like you will still come forward and do it anyway. But yeah, it looks like at least maybe going into the month, you might initially feel a little bit gun shy. All right. And in the outcome position, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, so this looks like, to me, this says that however the situation plays out, right? Like we said, whether it's a new friendship, reconnecting with a romantic partner or an old friend, right? Especially, as, depending on where you are in the world, we're about to be entering the whole stretch of time where there's a lot of holidays, right? So it could be as simple as you reconnect with someone from childhood or something like that, right? If you go back to your home environment and, might end up solidifying a connection with them in that regard. But either way, I feel like this is saying with the Queen of Pentacles, looks like there will be valuable experience gained through the situation, and you feel like you would have secured that experience through going through these different actions. All right, and bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Cups. So yeah, this could just be saying that for some of you, maybe even then coming forward, right? You might feel like it's not going to come across exactly how you want it to, but you might even just decide that, you know what, maybe you feel like you've been waiting too long for the perfect time anyway, right? So, like, you know what, let me just come forward, say what I have to say, and go from there. So that's what I see with that. All right. And from the Four Agreements deck, we have Be Impeccable with your word. And it says Speak with integrity. Get everything to frame there. Okay, it says say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. So interesting message there, right? Because we did mention how there will be Mercury retrograde, that it won't initially start in your house of communication, but it will end up there eventually. So, um, and you guys are ruled by Mercury as well. So in general, Mercury retrogrades could affect you more than most at times, but especially given that it will be going into your communication house, this would be a good message to keep in mind during that time. All right, and from the Wisdom Oracle, we have flexible. There's the artwork. The number is 19. See what this has to say. All right, essential meanings says teachability, open mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what's most important. The oracle's message: a tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet its branches can bend in a hurricane, whereas a rigid structure like a building would come crashing down. Consider how the tree remains supple and secure, and everything around it may be in shambles. This is how you need to be now: willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. Common sense is important, but so is an open mind. Stay curious, stay open, stay aware. At this time, others will be more flexible with you too. So definitely an interesting message there, right? Because I could read those two energies as a mixture of the Emperor and the Fool energy, but hope it resonated for you either way. And the relationship message says, in every relationship, it's important to be open to new experiences and learning new things. Letting go of rigidity is what's required right now. You don't always have to be right all the time, do you? It's okay to come to a happy compromise. You can still get your needs met. It's a beautiful day when you meet halfway. The appearance of this card in a reading could also signal that you have met someone new who may not be your type, but who will turn out to be so special that you can easily release your old ideas about what sort of partner is right for you. Be flexible. You'd be happy you made that choice. So yeah, definitely a positive message there, especially as far as new experiences, learning new things, right? So compromise. So maybe this is going to be renewed energy with an existing partnership with that Two of Cups, or like it says as well, maybe be meeting someone totally new who you might not have expected to hit it off with very well, but it looks like you would anyway. And the prosperity message says, even when you have a clear vision of how you're going to manifest something, what it will look like, who will share in it, and what will then be available to you, you still need to relax and open up to other possibilities. Spirit may have a much better plan for you. It could be a job you hadn't thought of, a new source of money, or some other opportunity that eluded your imagination. Be flexible and remind yourself, this or something better manifests for me now. Then be willing to bend a little. Enjoy the miraculous results. So yeah, again, the positive message there as well, and that does make me think of the shift with Jupiter starting the retrograde on the 11th of November. Then we're also going to have Uranus moving out of your 10th house and back into your 9th house on the 7th of November. So there are some pretty significant shifts happening this month in general. And from what I'm seeing with the cards, looks like you'll be making some positive shifts as well. So hope it ever is any of you guys will wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.